Especially if you're versus a team that's expected to probably do better than you.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we're underway here. As imagined, Manny's taking Luke, especially with Younes loving to play Obi and Hattori loving Mace. Perfect
Kick
matchup for
Younes.
them there.
Younes is playing. We can't. That'd be mean. Looks like there's a little bit of filling each other out right here, although got Manny and Chris 1v1ing over here. But Chris has backup. Looks like the opening kill is going to come against Syler.
And
Chris dies as well.
Shortly after, yeah.
We're off to a 2-0 start for the Heroes.
Inferno doing what
the doo-doo gang.
All Vaders do best when in 3v1 situations, running to the Octagon. Manny definitely took some damage there, though. He's healing up in Hero's corner, and wouldn't be surprised if the villains try and pressure him if they can, but actually...
Chris and Younes in 1v1, but Manny's looking to help Younes. We got 2v1s on both sides of the field right now. It looks as if... Oh, Hattori actually gets out, and... Oh, he doesn't get the kill.
Oh, he doesn't pick up the...
It's pretty unlucky. I don't think he got the second hit on the saber throw.
Yeah, he missed because he had to jump away because Inferno was coming over for the choke.
Great push by Chris. Villains are in a very good spot right here. Hattori actually lives. Well, he's able to pick that up. So just a lot of damage being traded back and forth, but no one actually dies to either team here.
Yeah, we're looking for a saber throw from both sides. They're not going to try and engage too hard. Well, Manny always will rush in no matter what, but look for Younes to throw a saber and try and pick up these kills here.
It's like villains are trying to back off so they can get some healing in before they take the next fight. Syler's been healing under Rocket for a while now. We're playing aggressive onto Hattori.
Hattori's definitely pretty low too, and so is Manny. They both...
Chris picking up a kill onto Younes. Looks like he will get traded out though. It is favor for Heroes. They still get a 2-for-1 trade there. Makes the score 4-1.
Yeah,
Will they pick up Inferno in time?
I always underestimate Hattori. Like when I'm playing against him, I'm like, I forget that he was like pretty good back in the day. So I've been told, and like I always like go rushing in on him, and he like makes me pay for it. So I can imagine Chris, who never really played with him before either, might make some of those same mistakes.
Yeah, knowing your competition goes a pretty long way in this game.
Yeah, if you know how they play, you can anticipate what they're going to do. Chris doing...
Able to pick up the save on Manny right there. 5-1. Heroes are taking a pretty... I don't want to say decisive lead. It's only 4 kills. That's 1 team wipe, but... They are off to a good start at least.
10% of the way down the match.
Really scattered fights here. Looks like Younes dies. He should be traded out, but I feel like that's a mess up on Inferno's part. He should have been able to save him there. He picks up another onto Inferno.
Yeah, Inferno was just in a bad spot there. He had to block Manny, and he had to block...
That ends up becoming a 3-for-1 trade. Makes it 8-2. It is not the scoreline you want to be seeing as the villains.
Yeah, and like I said, it's if you're warm, like you said, if you're warmed up and if you can take the hero side and come out with a commanding victory, it's pretty demoralizing when you lose. I feel like most people favor the villain side just because the choker, but it's pretty demoralizing to lose with if that is your strong side. I know after we lost our villain side pretty commandingly, I was kind of bummed out. I was like, man, now we have to go against the choker. We can't. And great kill there by Manny.
Trade 1-for-1 so far.
Oh. I always forget about the patch 1.5. You know, if that was
Inferno is still alive. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, and Hattori took some damage there too. If that was the OG game, Hattori definitely would have been dead because he ground pounded. But patch 1.5, that nice upgrade to Mace's recovery time in his aerial, and he's able to ground pound without any repercussion.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little interesting that we're playing on patch 1.5, but we see pretty default setups here. I don't really see anybody that's actually nobody new at least. No Asajj, no Ahsoka, not even Ayla after getting her swapped to push.
And these are
Um,
all, they're all old school on the hero side anyway, where most of the big changes would have come from or came on. So these are all old
Annie
school players.
getting Syler with a fake aerial totally caught him off guard.
Yeah, it's
Surprisingly,
12 to 3.
she just spun it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like it should be around 11 to 3 or 12 to 3. So it's 12 to 3 currently. Heroes are commanding win right now. Got a fight going on below them though. I think Syler's gonna he will die here. 13 to 3 now.
Yeah, Younes is a really good team player and really understands positioning. And so it's perfect for Manny. It's like playing with Fierce again. Maybe not as quality as Fierce, but still a very good team player, very good defensive player, and pretty good for Manny's aggressive nature.
It just seems like the villains are being unable to save their teammates. Sometimes they may trade at best, but they always end up to seem to be just one man down.
And once you get into that like one man down, you're always your spawn's always split. I think they need to regroup. Maybe if I was them, I would maybe take this to the city, all spawn, try and get in together instead of all these 2v3s, 1v3s, because they're really gonna put themselves in a bad spot. Even now, like they're on the cantina. It's a really hard position to defend when you're clumped together like that. They do pick
Wow, what a
up
tumble.
kill. Yeah, Younes picks up 2 kills there. As Inferno, or actually Syler switched the choker. Syler came over trying to
Yeah,
save
we see
Chris.
Inferno not in the choker anymore.
I don't like that call. I think Inferno should be playing Vader if they want any chance of winning this. The villain
They're
side.
having kind of an identity crisis right now.
Yeah,
They don't really know who should be doing what.
I don't think that the switch from the player choking is the right move. I think that switching the choker character might have been a good idea, but I don't think switching the player. I think Inferno is the best choker by far on the team, and I don't see a benefit for them
They need to be
switching.
playing Kylo Ren. He's OP.
Yeah, you know, he's got an extra 10% on his health, didn't he? You know, was that joke that I forget who it was? They were like, Cape Anakin. I think it's Dubs. It was like Cape Anakin, Cloaked Anakin has extra attack strength.
A good save by Syler there, actually. So the villains here actually pick up a sweep. Maybe they're getting into the groove of like starting to play together as a team. It felt like they were actually, staying near each other, and Chris picked up a solo kill. I believe Inferno kept the other one busy, and they killed the other one, the second one together, and then the third one came in to try and save whoever the second person was, and Syler saved him. Syler saved Chris, and they picked up all 3 kills without losing anybody.
Yeah, and these tournament matches, I know for me personally, I always get like really like not anxious, but like excited, like nervous energy. I'm like, I play worse in the tournament matches because I like go
Got
rush.
Younes down here, so you're gonna pay attention to Manny. But it looks like everybody should get out here, but Hattori's behind them. I don't know if they know that. Oh, how does Syler drop that choke? That was a free kill. His teammates were absolutely nowhere near. Chris goes down because of that, because pretty much pinched. Inferno dies as well, and now Syler is in a very, very difficult position to get out of here. Though, it doesn't seem like... Okay, now they are. I was like, doesn't seem like they're putting too much pressure on him. Though it doesn't look very coordinated. He's still alive, and he's going to get a kill.
And that's going to be 23.
That's pretty sloppy. That is 100% what you don't want to happen. There's 3 heroes alive, and I don't know. That just, for players of this caliber and that have this type of amount of game sense and game knowledge, that's just something that you don't really expect out of them. They shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that should be 24-9. I just spawned in and they got 2 kills since I spawned out.
24-9, it looks like. It's still a pretty commanding lead for the heroes.
Yeah, almost halfway there, halfway to the 50 they need, and I think this side is going exactly how I imagined it. I just think that the teamwork of Manny and the experience, or the teamwork of Manny, Hattori, and Younes, and the experience is just way greater. And like obviously, Manny's just Manny. You know, he's insane. He's one of the hardest players to play against, and he just puts absurd pressure on you and really takes you out of your game plan
Also, villains
that you had going
spawning
in.
in the city. Maybe they're looking to change where they're playing.
I like that. I think that they need to change something, and
I don't think it's good versus a team like theirs and versus somebody like Manny. I don't think this benefits them. As I say that, they do pick up a kill.
are they gonna
Maybe
get
2
2?
kills. No, Chris should have just push there. Got a little impatient, I guess, and went for the kill. Manny picking up a
Manny
double
picked up a
kill.
double.
Inferno's... I believe Inferno is at least a little bit low. He might be half HP. I believe he took the first 2 Obi hits.
You know, he's not. He's out now, and he's not getting. He's not getting out of this alive.
Manny just going for the saber throw, and that does mean that Inferno's probably pretty low then. I'm surprised Manny just doesn't go for that kill. It was definitely there. Syler tumbles in the background. Seems like a pretty unlucky tumble. Inferno almost picking up kill. He tumbles as well. Clean sweep for the heroes.
And you've seen the heroes make so many saves, and obviously it's easier to save with the heroes because you have 3 pushers. But I haven't seen many saves come out of the villain side, and I think that's going to be the differentiator between the 2 sides. It's just their ability to save each other. I think people say, oh, if you don't have a dominating choker, it's a lot harder, or the villain's advantage is kind of negated, and that is true. Oh, we got an Ayla. Manny's playing Ayla, but I also think that if you don't have a good support player, a good support Maul or now Asajj, that I feel like that's where a majority of the problems come, because if the choker's putting on the pressure, he's trusting his teammates to be
A
there.
great save by Chris there. So Maul's long combo doesn't allow him to pick up that kill, unfortunately. But Chris does pick up that kill, actually. But they both get pushed by Hattori. Hattori was a great double push and save for Younes. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, they might make that great save here and there, but, you know, it's like, they've given up, what, 3 kills since then? It's just like, just not playing at the pace they need to be to really be staying in this match.
Yeah, you can't trade 1 for 3, 1 for 2, and expect to come out.
Hattori missing his aerial there. Syler should pick this up. Chris has Younes. Yeah, they pick up 3 here. They all win their single. They're all one-on-ones.
Great teamwork there. It's 36-17.
So it's 36-17.
Yep.
Okay.
So not horrible. So what's the number? We know like 20 is the number for heroes in
I'd say
2v2s.
I would want to say in a 3v3 you still want to be aiming for like 40, maybe 35.
Yes. Still 10 away.
Yeah, it's, you know, you still want to be for the most part on pace with them, trading as much as possible. Oh, he's unable to save him in time. It's pushed away.
Yeah, this is...
Inferno's likely to die here. He's got a lot of people pressuring him, but Chris is near, so maybe not.
Younes going for the saber throws. Younes is saber throw master.
Chris not paying attention to the fact that Hattori's there. I think Hattori saves him. Inferno goes and he's got a double push here. You need to keep that going.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up a double here. Well played.
Great push by Syler.
So Younes thought that he had time because Syler like kind of went behind the building to try and avoid a push from Younes. So he tried to hit up Manny and ended up just exposing himself and tumbling from Syler's push, but Chris was right on top of them too, so they still probably.
Tyler gets a lot of damage on the Berserk. They should be able to pick up Berserk here. They do, and it's unfortunate that they have to trade, but
Oh,
at this point, it's like you want to take what you can get. Younes messes up the kill on Chris, actually, and I don't think he's aware of this.
yeah. I was wondering what he was doing. He was walking away like he had him.
So they pick up a 3-for-1 there, so that's still really worth. This is really what you want to be doing as villains. Berserk opting not to play aggressive, because obviously, I believe he was the only one in at the time. Got Skylink saying that there's enemies spotted. Berserk actually, I believe he gets a saber throw kill onto Chris. Syler looks like he's probably dead here.
Not yet. He's still alive for now. Oh,
This is a pretty hard position for Inferno to play. Just too many heroes.
he almost got that backslash off. Chris
I
spawned
think
and
it's
tried to go
backslash by
kill Manny.
Younes.
And he did.
Hattori fighting with Chris, but Chris looks like he gets the better of him there. Younes is here on the spawn as well. I think Chris is fine. Yeah, he's just opting to back off now because Syler just spawned. They didn't want to. You never want to deal with that gray area of spawn killing and stuff, and it just gets confusing.
Yeah, and I feel like teams are generally pretty gracious about it for the most part, and no one's.
Oh my! Berserk went to go
Great
to save him with the
backslash.
aerial, but did he backslash?
Yeah, he backslash.
Wow, Chris getting an amazing backslash there, countering Berserk's aerial, and also picking up the kill on Younes. They really need to push. Oh no, Berserk and Younes are in now, so they really needed to push on to who was it? Hattori there, get that 3v1 going. But it seems like in the later half of this half that villains are kind of picking up the speed. They're kind of closing that gap, it feels. I've seen quite a few 3-1s, 3-0s, and Inferno picking up a kill on the Berserk.
Yeah, and I think that Chris actually switching to Trigger has been gone really well for them.
Yeah,
And he
interestingly
usually-
enough, we probably didn't expect to see Chris as a choker on this team, but it seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah, because he usually plays. He really doesn't choke that much in the scrims that we've played together. He tends to play Maul, and it's interesting that.
Oh, I think
playing
Inferno
well.
messes up that kill on Hattori. He's gonna die for it. This is not good for the villains. Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah, and this match is going to really depend on, like I said, I think for the villain side, how well Chris can play, and I didn't expect him to be playing as the choker, but hey, if that's what's working for them.
Yeah, by all means, if that's what's working for the team, like, keep at it. They pick up a kill on a Berserk here. Hattori kind of in a bad spot. They should pick this up as well. Younes is nowhere near to save him. Not in a position to anyway. Syler has him marked. They don't.
Now
They didn't notice that
heroes
Berserk
seem
spawned
really-
in, but
The heroes seem really disjointed now. It's almost like the momentum's completely shifted, and it's like we're watching the beginning
Berserk.
of the game.
I don't think noticed that Syler tumbled. It sucks that he. I don't know why Chris dropped that choke. Actually, they probably could have picked that up.
They've actually done worse.
Oh,
since
Chris
Manny
tumbles
switched.
there, and should. I don't. Oh, Inferno didn't tumble there though. Inferno's still in a terrible spot. He's probably dead here. Yeah, he is.
Younes pushes away Manny as he's going in for the dash attack.
Voodoo Gang is currently winning. I do not know the current score, but it seems to be a pretty commanding lead. It's coming up close to the half. I believe it's somewhere in like the 45 to like maybe 25 or something.
Yeah. I'll have this score in 3 seconds. It is 48-29.
48-29 is the score. Voodoo Gang on the Heroes are the team leading. I do believe I said I expected this first half to be like a 50-30, a 50-25.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty what we've seen most matches so far against the seeding or the higher seed winning the first high by 20 or around that number.
Younes basically 1v2ing, giving Hattori a free kill, it seems.
Oh,
Rating 1-for-1. This should be side right here.
That's side, and that killed does not count. So -1 death from
It doesn't? It's their second kill, isn't it?
they had. I think they picked one up. They picked 2 up from that. I think maybe not. Let's
Yeah,
see.
they only needed to. It was 48. 48, 29. Yeah, 20 plus 30. It's 50.
Okay. Yeah.
But it looks like they went 22 plus 8, so 50-30. Is that? I believe
Yeah.
that is a half.
On the money. Not and so 50-30 is like manageable comeback for Syler, Inferno, and Chris. Probably a little out of reach, but like it's not horrible. You know, it could have been a lot worse. In 3v3s especially, you can go on like a 6-0 run, you know, and like make up a ton of ground real fast.
Yeah,
Is it
definitely. And
probable?
the bigger size scrims, it's like, two bad plays by the team is equal to 6 kills, so
Right.
it starts to make that gap dwindle pretty quickly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's no one's ever out in a bigger scrim. You can always make a comeback.
So it looks like we have the Asajj out finally. Hattori playing the Asajj Ventress.
Hattori really loves Asajj. Wow. Manny is not vadering.
Yeah, they're giving the choker off to Younes playing the Anakin.
Interesting.
And we have defaults here on heroes.
There's
Got to see a little bit of Ahsoka last half.
Now that there's a cash prize, I would think people might be
Yeah, definitely. $100 to each player is definitely something to compete over, and I expect that to get a larger. Younes pick up a solo kill on the Syler. Same happening over in the villain spawn. Yeah, they all just pick up solo kills. That's not even team play involved right there. That's just all individual outplays on each team.
Yeah, and I think if you take the individual player compared to individual player, probably the best player on Inferno, Syler, Chris is Inferno or Chris. I would probably say Chris.
Villains are off to a 3-0 start.
Manny takes Chris in a 1v1 and wins that.
Oh, Manny tumbles there. That's pretty unlucky, but Syler does pick up the kill. I thought he messed it up, but he backslashed in time. I would say it's a pretty unlucky tumble for Manny there, but they really need to push this. They need to make the villains uncomfortable, and the villains are actually standing their ground. They're choosing to fight this. Manny should be in probably any second.
Do you think that if the score starts to get out of hand, that we see a switch from Manny to choker?
Maybe, yeah. I think so. Syler using the command post to cancel his tumble. Teammate's going to pick him up, but yeah, this is great team play by the heroes right now. They pick up a 3 for nothing.
Inferno, I'm sorry.
Hattori's in by himself. They really need to push Hattori here. Please don't let Hattori get that great kill. Absolutely what you don't want when you're 3v1. Hattori doing a great job. He's even picking... Oh, no. Almost picked up a kill here, but now look at the heroes' positioning. They're in a pretty bad spot. They're tucked away into their corner.
Great push.
Syler gets a great push onto Berserk. And Younes gets picked up too.
Those tumbles.
They do lose Chris, but I mean, I'll still take a 2 for 1 if I were the heroes.
Yeah, those bubble tumbles are the worst.
So we're definitely looking at, I think we're looking at a score of what, 4-5 heroes leading, maybe 6-4.
I will spawn in and tell you.
Or we pick up a solo kill on the Chris. Chris kind of just making a bad play, just kind of runs at him. Already in though, he's got a very short spawn time. An amazing backslash by Inferno. Younes tries his best to pick him up with the choke. Hattori's got a double push here. He's going to pick up Chris. Got a 1v1 near the jaw groove, but Younes is leaving to go help.
7-6 in favor of the heroes.
7-6 in favor of the heroes. I believe it's 7-7 now because Berserk just picked up a kill. Might be 2 now. Syler's by himself.
Yeah, I think that the villains need to make the switch, let Manny take over. But hey,
well, currently we're still winning.
Yeah, but you don't want to mess around. You don't want to let them come into the game. You
Yeah,
won
true.
last
You
time
don't
pretty
really want to let them
commandingly.
start the momentum.
Right. You crush the momentum before it's built. You never want to let someone into the game. Oh, great
Oh,
dash
great
attack
dash
by
attack by
Syler.
Syler. He should be able to pick this up. Yeah, I think he's dead here. But Berserk gets a trade kill on the side with the saber throw. Not what you want to see. Younes switching to the Vader. I don't think he's aware that behind him his teammate's dying, and now, yeah, he turns his back to Chris and
I wonder
good
if
3 for 1.
I wonder if all three of them are on comms. It seems to be maybe a little bit of
Which
communication
team?
error
Doo-Doo
there.
Gang?
Yeah,
I would imagine that they are.
I know Hattori and Younes are.
I believe when I was streaming the other day, I don't know if it was on my channel, but I think Younes did mention that they did use comms even when practice scrimming. Bit of a scrap fest here. I don't know if Syler. Yeah, Syler doesn't come out of that alive.
Younes played that really well. He
Yeah,
didn't
really
try and rush in
scrappy.
for that kill. He just waited, took the damage he could get, and nice blink block. Tries to get a dash attack here.
The Obi will go down.
Yeah, and that was good play because he put pressure on Inferno, forcing him to move out of position and allowing Hattori to get a good push on him.
Great push by Chris. He gets rid of a lot of the pressure that they were building there, pushing 2 of them away, leaving the choker alone on the building.
Hattori trying to make great use of the rebounding star blades, a new feature with patch 1.5.
He tumbles his teammate with that aerial. It's not good. Nobody's paying attention to Manny behind them. It's definitely a recipe for disaster for your team if you're not paying attention to Manny. You have a double kill here.
Yeah, you can't. You always have to be marking
Inferno
Manny.
looking to run. Smartest idea here. Chris is already in Hero's Corner.
Sounds like I saw Chris was on comms when I joined in with them, so.
Yeah, I know that the Heroes team is definitely on comms right now. Saw them on comms before started the match.
That must have been their strategy. They're like, hey, let's regroup in the Heroes Corner and see if the change of ground makes it any better.
Chris tumbled. Syler choked. Yeah, but they only end up trading 1 for 1. They could possibly have, yeah, it's the second kill. He's choked. Is Chris gonna come in time to save him? He's not, but he will trade. An overall win for the Heroes. An overall win for the Heroes in this trade, but I mean, going 3 for 2, I don't think that's gonna win them the game.
Going 3 for 2 every time would get them a tie, I think, right? Oh no, it's not 30, it's 50, so no.
Yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, that won't win them the game.
Yeah, they need to be making. I mean, it's a start. You know, maybe you start building momentum by doing that, but Inferno looks like he goes down by himself, pretty much nullifying that 3 for 2.
It's a lot harder to commentate in-game spectator with 3v3 than it was with a...
Chris pushing his teammate into a tumble, that is not what you want to be doing. Inferno's now in by himself. They're definitely gonna make him uncomfortable here and push him. Yeah. They're gonna pick up Inferno. The heroes spawn. They have the Vader in a bad spot, but Manny is above him. Vader will get away. Manny has a tumble on the Syler. I don't know if Chris can save him in time. He's building between them. There's also the Vader above, and yeah, it's a 3 for nothing. Inferno just spawned, so they're gonna let him go because they don't want to spawn and kill him.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little out of hand for the hero side. I think the villains are starting to build a lead. I will spawn and check the score.
Looks like I can check the score real quick. Villains only have to play to 31, and Inferno solo dying again. It looks like they should pick up Syler as well. The hero's up on tower. Just, I mean, there's nothing he can do. There's 3 villains there. You know, there's no way he can just run down, not at least trade. It's not worth it either.
22 to 14, so we're 7 kills away from clinch. Or I'm sorry, 9 kills away from clinch.
A little bit of a scrappy fight kind of going on the ground here. 3 get pushed. A great backslash by the Vader to pick up Chris. Inferno looks like he should be going down too. It gets out of reach, but oh, he. I don't think Inferno expected that dash attack. Yeah, the Vader dash attack will go through the water evaporator. Great
Yeah,
dash
that
attack
I was
by
getting got by that a lot today. In the
Younes right
sprint.
there.
It's you always trust his evaporators, and they always let you down.
I believe we're looking at 25-14 or maybe 25-15 or so.
Yeah, it was 23 when I was just in, or 22, so it should be 25. So we're 6 kills away from the clinch here.
Vader looking a little bit uncomfortable, though Inferno has no clue that he's behind him, I guess, and he gets a free choke. That seems like a... I mean, even if you're not looking at your map, like, you should be playing with sound. You could, hear the mouth breather. Like,
Yeah, I think
it's one of the dead giveaways to Vader.
sometimes it is hard to distinct where it's coming from. Like you hear him and you're like looking around, and if you don't get the map angle and get him in your field of view, then you can miss him. It's just a mistake there. So we should be 4
Chris
kills
getting
away from
solo
the clinch.
picked up. Now we should be 2, I'm pretty sure. They just picked up 3, now 4th kill. I believe they're at 29 now.
I'm bad at mathing in this. I'll spawn in again.
29 to about roughly 15, I would say. Really good aggressive play by Syler. I think he picks up an aerial's worth of damage, but I think he's going to die here at a Hattori.
Oh yeah, that's going to be 30-15 right now. So 1 kill away
15.
from the clinch here.
And we've got 2 1v1s going on, one deep in the city, and it looks like that's game. Yep.
Yeah, and that went as expected, Very fast side from the villains here, and that's without Manny choking, Imagine what they do with Manny choking.
Should wait for them.
Well,
I don't know who's restarting, but I would like to have us wait for them to confirm that that was the game.
I think Younes restarted.
Okay, so that's 15 plus 6. Wait, what? What about that doesn't add up? Wait, no, that's 25. I'm dumb. Never mind. Like 15. Yeah, so it's 31 to 15. First half being 50-30, and then 50-30, and then 31-15. So we've got an 81-45 scoreline. That's